integers, absolute value, and odd and even numbers. These are the topics that we will be discussing in this video. Okay, so what are integers? Examples of integers, we have 0, positive 5, negative 4, and positive 2,500. They are all integers. Now, why are they integers? Okay, because they are whole numbers and they can be positive or negative, and they can also be 0. So 0 is an integer. Okay, so what are the non-integers? The non-integers, we have some examples. We have 1/2, negative 2/5, positive 3/4, 0.25, negative 0.504. So these are all non-integers. They are non-integers because they are fractions. And aside from fractions, fractions that can be positive or negative. And aside from fractions, non-decimal or non-integers are decimal numbers. Okay. Decimals that can be positive or negative. Absolute value of a number. The absolute value of a number is the distance of a number from 0, and it can never be negative. For example, we have here the absolute value of a number. Our number here is negative or is positive 4. So always remember that the absolute value is the number itself. So absolute value of positive 4, disregard the positive sign, so just take the number, and the answer here is 4. Another example, the absolute value of negative 4. Again, disregard the negative sign, just get the number, so the absolute value of negative 4 is 4. Another example, the absolute value of 10 minus 5. Perform the operation inside the absolute value. So this will be the absolute value, 10 minus 5 is 5. So the final answer is the number itself, and that is 5. Another example, we have the absolute value of 10 minus 20. So perform the operation inside the absolute value. So that will be the absolute value of negative 10. So our final answer will be the number itself, disregard the negative sign. So the absolute value of negative 10 is the number itself, and that is 10. Another example, the absolute value of 100 multiplied by 2 plus 4 minus 4 times 50. So perform the operation inside the absolute value. So this will be the absolute value of 100. 2 times 4, or rather 2 plus 4 is 6, minus 4 times 50, that is 200. So this will now be the absolute value of 100 times 6, that is 600, minus 200. So this will be the absolute value of 600 minus 200, that is 400. So our final answer will be the number itself. So disregard positive sign. So the absolute value of positive 400 is 400. How to solve absolute value equations. In this video, I am going to show to you how to solve absolute value equations from the simplest to the most complex. So better view or better watch from the start to finish so that you will know how to solve from the simplest to the complex. Let's take for example the absolute value of x is equal to positive 20. So the absolute value of x is equal to 20. Now the absolute value of 20, this is equal to 20, and the absolute value of negative 20 is also equal to 20. So taking the absolute value of x, so the absolute value of positive 20 is also equal to the absolute value of x, and the absolute value of negative 20 is also equal to the absolute value of x. So if this is the case, so x here will be equal to positive 20, and x would also be equal to negative 20. So there will be two values for x, positive 20 and negative 20. Okay, so another example. We will have here the absolute value of x plus 4 equals to positive 15. So taking the absolute value sign, this will become x plus 4 equals to 15, and we will also have here x plus 4 equals to negative 15. So there will be two values for x. So x plus 4, you just transpose that to the other side. What will be left here will be x. This will be equal to 15. Since we transpose positive to the other side, this will become negative 4. So x will be equal to 15 minus 4, that is positive 11. The other value for x, so transpose positive 4 to the other side. So this will be x is equal to negative 15. Since we transpose positive to the other side, it will become negative. So this will become negative 4. X will be equal to negative 15 minus 4, that is negative 19. So x equals to positive 11 and x equals to negative 19 is our final answer. Another given or another problem. So we have here the absolute value of 4x minus 7 is equal to positive 9. This is, okay, taking the absolute sign, we have 4x minus 7 equals to positive 9. And this can also be 4x minus 7 equals to negative 9. So transpose negative 7 to the other side. What will be left will be 4x. This will be equal to 9. And from negative, this will become positive. So it will become positive 7. So 4x equals to 16. So divide both sides by 4. So 4 divided by 4. So 4 divided by 4, that is equal to 1. So what will be left here is x equal to 16 divided by 4 is 4. And then 4x minus 7 equals to negative 9. Transpose negative 7 to the other side. So since this is negative 7, what will be left here is 4x equals to negative 9. So from negative, this will become positive 7. So 4x will be equal to negative 9 plus 7, that is equal to negative 2. So divide both sides of the equation by 4. So x will be equal to, so 4 divided by 4, this is equal to 1. So x will be equal to negative 2 over 4. We can still simplify this, so this will become negative 1 over 2. So x equals to positive 4 and x equals to negative 2. They are our final answers. Another example. So we have here the absolute value of 4x minus 7. Okay, we are through with this. Next example will be so 3 multiplied by the absolute value of 2x minus 6 plus 3 equals to 15. So what we are going to do is that first we need to transpose or transfer the other variables that are outside the absolute value. So we need to transpose or transfer positive 3 and 3. Okay, so to do this, first transpose positive 3 to the other side. So if we transpose that from positive, it will become negative. So this will be 3 absolute value of 2x minus 6 equals to 15. And since we transpose positive, this will now become negative. So that will be negative 3. So 3 multiplied by the absolute value of 2x minus 6, this will be equal to 15 minus 3 is 12. And then divide both sides of the equation by 3. So 12 divided by 3. Okay, so 3 divided by 3, this is equal to 1. What's left on the left side will be the absolute value of 2x minus 6. That is equal to 12 divided by 3 is 4. So this will be 2x minus 6 equals to 4. And we will also have here 2x minus 6 equals to negative 4. So to transpose negative 6 to the other side, so what will be left is 2x equals to 4. And if we transpose negative, this will become positive. So this will be positive 6. 2x is equal to 4 plus 6, that is 10. Divide both sides of the equation by 2. So we have here 2 divided by 2 is 1. So our x here, our x will be equal to 10 divided by 2 is 5. So this is our first value for x. So 2x minus 6 is equal to negative 4. Transpose that to the other side. So we have here 2x is equal to negative 4. If we transpose negative to the other side, that will become positive. So this will become positive 6. So 2x is equal to negative 4 plus 6, that is positive 2. Divide both sides of the equation by 2. 2. So 2 divided by 2, this is equal to 1. So x here, x will be equal to 2 divided by 2 is 1. So our values for x, we have x is equal to 5 and x is equal to 1. Odd and even numbers. Example 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 460, 792, 854. All these numbers, they are all what we call the even numbers. Now, why are they even numbers? Because all of them are divisible by 2. So divisible by 2. Now, is 0 an even number? Yes, 0 is an even number. 0 is an even number because of the parity of 0. Parity of 0. So let us have another set of numbers. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 251, 393, 765, and 899. Okay. All these numbers, they are odd numbers. Now, why are they not even numbers? Why are they odd numbers? Because they are not divisible by 2. So again, all even numbers are divisible by 2. 0 is an even number because of parity of 0. And all odd numbers are not divisible by 2. We have here some exercises for you to practice on. So exercise number 1, write I for integers and write I for integers and ni for non-integers. Okay, so you are going to practice this. Practice it for 5 minutes. And then after 5 minutes, you can check your answers. I also give here the answers to exercise number 1. Okay, and then we also have exercise number 2. So solve for the absolute value of the following. And then after you are through with this, you can again check your answers here. Answers to exercise 2. So that's all for our first video about absolute value, odd and even numbers, and integers. Exercise number 3, solve for the value of x. Problem number 1. So we have the absolute value of 2x minus 5 equals to 39. And the absolute problem number 2, the absolute value of 4x minus 6 is equal to positive 18. And problem number 3, 6 multiplied by the absolute value of 5x minus 4 plus 7 equals to 29. So give yourself around 10 minutes to solve this problem, 10 to 15 minutes. And then afterwards, you may check your answers if your answers are correct. So here are the answers to this exercise number 3.